Welcome back to another episode of Mystery Tales from the Heart of India. Picture the sand-isolated emerald green lake nestled within the weathered walls of black basalt. Ringed by the rolling plains of the Deccan Plateau in Maharashtra, this is Lonar Lake, the site of an ancient cosmic collision that left behind one of Earth's only known impact craters in basalt. Tonight we journey into the mystery of Lonar Crater Lake, a place where geology, ecology, mythology, and cosmic history converge in one breathtaking landscape. Approximately 576,000 years ago, long before humans etched their stories into cave walls, a meteorite hurtled from space at roughly 20 kilometers per second. It struck the basaltic lava flows of the Deccan Traps with the force of several megatons of TNT, instantly vaporizing rock and ejecting massive volumes of molten debris. A circular depression formed nearly 1.2 kilometers across and 137 meters deep. Around the rim, shattered quartz and masculinite minerals that only form under extreme shock stand as geological proof of that extraterrestrial strike. Fine glassy spherules rain down like cosmic confetti, embedding themselves in the ejecta blanket that still surrounds the crater's rim. For centuries, early scholars misidentified Lonar as a volcanic caldera. But petrographic studies in the 20th century finally confirmed its true origin, a hypervelocity impact that created an earthly analog of lunar and Martian craters. Over millennia, rainwater and seasonal streams filled the basin, forming a closed endorheic lake whose waters are both saline and alkaline. Lonar Lake's ranges between 9 and 10 more caustic than seawater owing to its accumulation of sodium carbonate, bicarbonate, and chloride. The lake's waters are famous for their crystalline clarity and surreal turquoise hue. Local legend holds that the green-blue waters possess healing properties, a belief perhaps inspired by the proliferation of unique, extremophile organisms thriving in these hostile conditions. Scientists from the National Environmental Engineering Research Institute in Nagpur have cataloged diverse microbial mats, photosynthetic cyanobacteria, and hollow-callific archaea surviving in the lake's caustic embrace. These extremophiles produce fluorescent pigments that glow under ultraviolet light, contributing to the lake's otherworldly shimmer by day and faint luminescence after dusk. Before the arrival of modern geologists, local tribes revered Lonar Lake as Bhimkund, believing it was created by Bhima of the Mahabharata when he struck the earth with his mace. Folklore tells of pilgrims and hermits performing rituals on the crater rim, viewing the lake as a gateway between worlds. Temples dedicated to Shiva, Narasimha, and other deities. The rim ruins of the Jambukeshwar Shiva temple, built in the 7th century, the Daitya Sudan Narusimha temple, where inscriptions recount mythic origins, and an 8th century Ganesha shrine built of local basalt. Pilgrims still perform special puyas at sunrise, offering prayers to the primordial crater and seeking blessings as sunbeams dance across the still waters. Scientific expeditions began in earnest with British geologists in the 1820s, but it was not until the 1960s that the Smithsonian Institution and the Geological Survey of India conducted detailed surveys. They sent core samples to labs in London, confirming the presence of shocked quartz and meteoritic metal alloys. In 2008, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory included Lonar in comparative planetology studies, using airborne radar and satellite imagery to correlate terrestrial crater morphology with lunar and Martian examples. Recent studies by geophysicists at the Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, employed ground-penetrating radar to map subsurface slump zones, revealing complex overturned rock strata and a central uplift typical of large impact craters. These investigations uncovered a remarkable post-impact hydrothermal system within the crater floor. Hot springs once circulated beneath the lake, altering basalt into unique clay minerals and carbonates. The Terra XRD Analyzer, portable X-ray diffraction instrument developed at Imperial College, London, detected fine-grained carbonate spherules and zeolites formed by warm, mineral-rich waters. Researchers hypothesized that meteoric heat drove hydrothermal circulation for tens of thousands of years, creating localized zones of mineral deposition and microbial colonization. Today, certain shoreline areas still exhibit warm seepages where groundwater percolates through fractured basalt, supporting lush mats of fairy moss and endemic algae. Lonar Lake's ecosystem extends beyond microbes. Its shores and submerged benches host freshwater and brackish fish species, including tilapia and clarias. During winter months, migratory waterfowl transformed the crater into a seasonal sanctuary. Lesser flamingos wade through shallow margins. Siberian cranes, bar-headed geese, and pelicans flock to the flooded grasslands. Herons stalk the shallows, and kingfishers flash among the verdant reeds. The Maharashtra Forest Department designated Lonar Crater Wildlife Sanctuary, recognizing its role as both a geologic marvel and a critical habitat. Conservationists now monitor water quality and manage invasive species such as water hyacinth, which can choke out native plants and reduce oxygen levels. Yet Lonar still harbors mysteries. Periodic algal blooms, vibrant green mats that carpet the surface fluctuate inexplicably, despite constant salinity and temperature measurements. Ecologists at the National Center for Cell Science in Pune investigate whether novel compounds produced by extremophiles trigger sudden biomass surges. Fishermen speak of ghostly ripples beneath the still surface at night, as if unseen creatures stir in the deep. During monsoon floods, the crater's shape changes, creating temporary channels that link the lake to surrounding streams. Flood pulses that local villagers claim bring spectral lights dancing on newly inundated platforms. These ghost-like tales echo patterns found at Bongar Fort and other haunted sites, Swillow, the wisp phenomena, perhaps linked to decaying organic gases or bioluminescent algae. During light summer rains, small phosphorescent organisms bloom at the shoreline, emitting a faint glow when disturbed. At night, this can appear like hovering orbs dancing just above the water's edge. Paranormal enthusiasts interpret these as ancestral spirits flickering across watery plains. Scientists record them as bioluminescent signals from specialized bacteria. Beyond biology, Lonar's cultural tapestry is rich. 15th century Marathi saints composed abhangas praising Lonar as a divine chasm in Mother Earth. 18th century Maratha generals camped on its rim, using its waters to supply horses and soldiers as British colonial armies advanced from the north. Historian H.D. Sankalia documented folk songs recounting lost treasures buried in the crater, royal armaments concealed during rapid retreats from siege. Treasure hunters still comb the rim's terraces in search of hidden hoards. Many return empty-handed, shaken by sudden storms or mechanical failures in their compasses. Tourism infrastructure developed slowly to preserve the site's fragile balance. A small village, Lonar Goan, clusters outside the rim, offering homestays and modest guest houses. Local guides, descendants of ancient custodians, lead crater rim treks at dawn, pointing out mythic caves where sages once meditated and natural amphitheaters where thunder echoes like drums. Temple caretakers open ancient shrines for visitors. Priests perform morning arti on stone steps, etched with centuries of rituals. Visitors must navigate steep stairways carved into basalt, passing through midday heat that bakes the rock to scalding warmth. Tracks circle the rim at varying elevations, providing panoramic views of the lake. Shifting hues from deep emerald to sky blue, depending on sun angle and sediment loads. Interpretive panels describe impact science, microbial ecology, and local myths. Watchful conservation officers patrol to prevent littering and damage to delicate microbial mats. Researchers continue to puzzle over the crater's origin and evolution. In 2021, a team from the Geological Survey of India discovered microscopic diamonds, diamonds, formed under extreme shock pressures scattered in ejected deposits. Their presence confirms a high-energy impact, bolstering comparisons to lunar highlands. Ongoing drilling projects aim to recover continuous cores that record climatic shifts over 500,000 years. Using Lonar as a barometer of monsoon patterns and aridification in peninsular India, astronomers, too, find Lonar captivating. Its remote location and low light pollution allow clear views of meteor showers and Milky Way arcs. On August nights, Perseid meteors trace bright trails above the crater's rim, creating living echoes of the meteorite that birthed Lonar itself. Some travel companies now offer astrobio excursions, combining crater geology with stargazing and lectures on exoplanet. Analogs linking Lonar's extremophile life to speculations about life on Mars's acidic brines or Europa's subsurface oceans. Lonar Crater Lake stands today as a crossroads of science, spirituality, and wonder. Its waters reflect both sky and story, mirroring millennia of cosmic violence and ecological resilience. Priests chant mantras on temple steps. Pilgrims scatter flower petals at water's edge. Geologists measure mineral phases. Microbiologists sequence DNA. Archaeologists map temple ruins. Travelers weave through a tapestry of myth and meteorite. All are drawn by the same enchantment. A sense that here the boundary between earth and sky grows thin, that our planet's surface can be scarred by cosmic forces as much as by human folly, and that even the harshest environments can teem with life. So I ask you, when you gaze upon Lonar's turquoise waters, do you see an echo of the cosmic past, a scar left by a wandering asteroid, or a living laboratory of adaptation? Can the extremophiles thriving here guide our search for life on other worlds? And in your own life's journey, what impact craters have shaped your story? And what new ecosystems of resilience have you discovered in their depths? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this voyage into Lonar Crater Lake's mysteries captivated you, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, because next time we'll delve into another part of India where history, science, and folklore entwine in ways that defy imagination. Until then, stay curious, stay humble, and remember, sometimes the greatest wonders lie where the heavens have struck the earth.